What is going on, collectors? Optical 20 back for another video preview. Man, we got hammered this morning. I woke up and there's like four bombshells that Hot Toys just announced. They just teased us Spider-Man not too long ago, Spider-Man 3 and Across the Universe. Uh, and I wasn't expecting it today. Normally they drop these things on Monday, but man, they gave us a lot of content today. So we are gonna discuss all of that, but I'm gonna put it into segments because if you don't want to listen to, let's say, this Iron Man, then you don't have to. You don't have to like navigate the video for that segment. However, let's talk about this comic book inspired Iron Man first. Um, so I don't think this is gonna. I don't think you're gonna see this in other retailers other than Sideshow because I see the exclusive tag right there on the top, and I can imagine this is gonna be limited, and it should be. It should be. And I'll tell you why. So I'm guessing it's gonna drop like Artisan Joker or um, Batman. The blue Batman and all that stuff, and I think it should be. And because of the first, they did this mold, right? So they need to capitalize on this mold. They need to create as many Iron Man variants as they could possibly squeeze out of this R&D. Unfortunately, the other ones are not selling, like the War Machines and the first iteration of this guy, the one with the plastic thing on his chest. I don't know if that is because of that clear plastic, the reason it's not selling, or we're Iron Man out. Because to be fair, even the Robert Downey Iron Mans are not selling, or the comic book inspired. We always say that we want to see it. Our our collectors really not buying it. They just want to see it, but they don't feel that they're getting their money's worth in this type of figure. I don't know. It could be any combination of all. All I know is that the first one, even Big Bad Toy Store discounted them, and Big Bad doesn't get a lot of batches, so that tells you their confidence in this suit. And I don't blame Hot Toys for making another one. Like I said, this is not due to demand, but I think due to the fact that they want to squeeze the most out of this, engineering that they did. I don't know if they spent a lot as far as licensing since Robert Downey's, likeness is not here. However, if you're a comic book fan, this is as accurate as you would get. The paint application, it has that matte coating in it, yet still shiny. The yellow, the color, the comic book. This is straight. I never read the comic book, so I would say this is straight out of a poster that I see, or T-shirts that they're selling in like Five Below or something. Because I was just there. Straight out of that, a lot more accurate than the one on the left, as you can see here on the screen. The one on the left is kind of like Anakin from Clone Wars that Hot Toys did, but it's supposed to be the animated version. Yet you do have some sort of a realistic portrait of Christian Haydenson, the one who appeared in here. Here you got the comic book colors. I would say even the packaging. You got the special bonus edition. I don't know why, since this is already exclusive. I think everything should come with that in the first place. But yeah, you do have two styles of suitcase here. It looks great if you're into this. Now, what are you gonna pair him up with? I mean, you can have him stand next to your Iron Man and have him, hey, this is, if you are just a huge Iron Man fan, right? Hey, this is the comic book inspired, that, they took and made it an MCU, what we do know now. I think it would work well with them. Is this an indication that we're gonna see comic book inspired Captain America? I personally don't think so. Judging from the sales of this guy, because with that cap, I mean, now you're gonna have to dress him up. Unless, here's the thing. I mean, look at this. If you dress up Cap with like fabric clothing, would that still look like comic book? I think so. But I think what made this look extremely, I would say, retro is the color scheme and the fact that he looks like a plastic toy, right? Like plastic. That's also the downside, because you're gonna pay upwards of $300, and you do have a thing that looks like a plastic toy. So you are if you're an Iron Man fan, which I am an Iron Man fan, but more of a Tony Stark, Robert Downey kind of Iron Man. So this is not for me. I'm just speaking here as if I was gonna buy this. I like the fact that it's comic book accurate. I like the fact that they stuck with the colors and it's die cast, but it looks plastic, kind of reminiscing of those old school toys. But at the same time, do you really want to pay that much for just like maybe an oversized, kid's toy back in the day? What you did have, I guess it all depends on the price. They can't price themselves out of here, but I feel like they would because it's diecast and it's exclusive. I think there's a market for this, but I think the price is too high. That even if they knock it down 20%, let's say it's $350, you take out 20% out of that, so that's $70. It's still $280, and that's still a hefty price to pay for somebody who's not a die-hard Iron Man fan to have something like this, which is, it looks great, but then again, it looks like a really expensive toy compared to, like the Iron Man that we receive now. Let's say if you got 280, would you buy this or Mark 85, for example? If you were a new collector, I would assume that you would, you would gear towards Mark 85, who's constantly on sale as well for that price. So it's a hard sell for casual collectors out there, because there's so many variants of Iron Man out there that is on sale, that's a part of the MCU, that it's kind of hard for me to justify picking this up, because it doesn't, for me, it doesn't have that, like, whoa, it looks realistic, and it shouldn't be. But are you getting your money's worth, if that makes any sense? Like, you're okay paying for a subpar, not super realistic, for example, Transformer from 3.0, but the price point reflects what you're getting, like, all right, it's not really 1.6 because they're huge, but that Bumblebee is die cast and it looks really good for 180. It lights up, it does everything that you ask for, and this is going to be priced at around, and that's more of a movie accurate as well. I mean, I've had those Transformers and they look great. So let me know in the comments, how do you feel about this? Do you think this would sell at all? Are you even going to try to attempt to get one? Does this have a room in your collection? I would love to hear your thoughts. I don't know if I'm the only one thinking about this way. I don't want to be negative or anything, and I'm not trying to be, but more realistic here. But let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.